You know, when people troll me saying तू लड़की है क्या, ये क्या लड़कियों वाले काम कर रहा है, I don't take offense. Being a girl is not an insult because women are fucking incredible, okay? Women make this world a better place.
I love Ankush's content, his makeup videos. Please go watch this video if you haven't already. It is amazing. Actually, Ankush's video reminded me something from my own life. So during my bachelor's, I had long hair. When I used to open my hair, it would fall to my shoulders. And I remember some people would constantly make fun of me. They would say, "You look like a girl." When I used to come back to Kerala during vacation, some uncles would even ask me directly, "Are you a man or a woman? Aanano, pennano?" As a 19-year-old, you stand there and think, why is that supposed to hurt me? Why is being called a girl an insult? And feminist thinkers have written about this exact thing. Patriarchy is a system of male dominance that will not just get to women, it will also get to men. It teaches boys from a very young age that masculinity must constantly prove itself by moving away from anything associated with women, anything associated with femininity. So a boy grows up hearing sentences like, "Don't cry like a girl, don't run like a girl, don't behave like a girl." So do you see how femininity itself becomes the boundary men are want not to cross? So when someone tells a man, "You look like a woman," the insult only works because the culture already assumes that womanhood is something inferior. That humiliation depends on hierarchy. That's why a man with long hair, a man with makeup, who is soft, who is emotionally expressive, suddenly becomes threatening to that system. Because he's crossing the border patriarchy carefully constructed. But once you step outside that logic, something becomes very clear. That being compared to women was never degrading. You know that, right? That women bring an extraordinary richness into the world, a kind of presence, intelligence, creativity, humor, warmth, and emotional depth that makes spaces more alive. When you really pay attention to the women around you, you notice how much clarity, imagination, courage and bring into everyday life. So when someone once told me, "You look like a girl," I remember thinking that if resemblance to women is supposed to be humiliation, then the insult only reveals how little our culture has learned to appreciate what women actually are. Because once you see women clearly, comparison stops feeling like an insult. It sounds like a compliment.